Hey, you're finally awake.
How often have you heard this particular sentence in the last years? I can guarantee you, even if you have never touched the game, you know this scene. Ralof will be forever immortalized, be it in memes or the minds of so many who started a new character in Skyrim, definitely more than once. The decision between Stealth Archer and male human heavy armor is just very difficult, okay? Personally, he is my very own welcome. Hearing those words lets my brain instantly know it is okay. You're home now. Welcome back. But why does Skyrim make me feel, and since you clicked on this video probably you too, like home? Why does playing Skyrim always feel like coming home? Let's talk about it. Now, to make this very clear, Skyrim is far from a perfect game. There are so many games that are simply better than Skyrim in aspects like writing, graphics, voice acting, and even RPG mechanics. But being factually a worse game doesn't mean that it can't leave an impact. And not just any, but an impact the size of High Hrothgar. I'm sure all of you have their comfort game. The one that you will never get out of your mind and will always make references of. And for many people out there, me included, it's Skyrim. Whenever I need a breather from whatever is going on in my life right now, I think back to the days of visiting Whiterun or Riverwood and completely ignoring the Bleak Falls Barrows. Or at least until I'm 100 hours in the run. Honestly, most of the times I didn't even make it to Riverwood. Simply because it's not necessary, and the game just throws you in the world without forcing you to anything at all. I also think back to the world, its roads, people, and mystical creatures. The feeling it brings me, walking along the path and taking in the scenery, listening to the rain, the wind, the trees rustling. I caught myself during recording for this video, getting so distracted literally the first moment I left the intro. I completely and utterly abandoned my original task and idea I had to run into a whole quest line I had no idea about, or at least forgot about. Still, despite all the confusion, wildcard choices, and completely irrational decisions, how come it feels like I return into the comfort of something that feels like home? How does Skyrim manage to captivate me like barely any other game can, without actually trying to capture me actively into a set storyline or predestined path? After thinking about this for a couple of days, I think I came to a conclusion that might sound familiar to you, or maybe it doesn't. No, the answer isn't Skyrim's capital city, thank you very much. I'm not talking about the city, I'm talking about the emotion. Solitude is something that I wouldn't have first thought of when trying to find an answer to why something feels home. After all, solitude means being lonely, and since when does loneliness feel like home? Well, with Skyrim, it's a bit different. Before I get deeper into this, yes, I know that in theory you can permanently have a companion with you all along your quests. But honestly, most of them are useless. Fun, maybe, but in my opinion, completely unnecessary. I think during all my years of playing Skyrim, I maybe only used a companion once or twice actually, to really be with me the whole journey. Now that that's out of the way, back to being lonely. How does this make me feel comfortable? To understand, we need to build a bridge into the world we live in today. Between work that takes quite literally everything out of you and needs you to be as quick and efficient as possible, entertainment, or overall having free time that constantly bombards you with quick and easy to watch videos, ads, and of course social media, we lack but one important thing: solitude. Solitude means having time. Time that we spend with no one but ourselves. Time that leaves us room to think while walking from one place to another, on roads and through forests, hearing nothing but the world existing around us and the occasional unexpected encounter. Time that doesn't want you to use it up as fast as possible, but rather to forget about it being limited. Ultimately, solitude might be the only thing in today's world that lets you truly be yourself and unfold your potential, even if just for a short span. Have you looked at Skyrim's interface? A small bar on top of the screen that serves as a minimap, crosshairs, and, if in use, 3 small bars with no numbers on them, just telling you if you're good or in need of a sweet roll or a potion. You're not getting constantly bombarded by calls, NPCs yelling at you, quests popping up left and right, some numbers floating across the screen meaning something, or whatever else there is in a normal game nowadays. A completely minimized interface that honestly just as well could be completely gone and wouldn't really change much to the game. It just feels like such a breath of fresh air in today's design philosophy to have something that is not so in your face the whole time, letting you actually realize what you're doing rather than making you think about managing 5 different UI elements and bars and whatever there is on screen. The only thing is that fresh air is coming out of the year 2011. You are a nobody. Seriously, no one in this world knows you or even ever heard of you before you escaped from Helgen. Usually when you play a game, the main character has some tie to the world. Be it Geralt in The Witcher 3, who is wildly known for many things, Cloud in Final Fantasy VII, who's this mercenary that clearly has a history with Midgar, or Henry in Kingdom Come Deliverance, who has family, friends, and people who've known him for his whole life. But in Skyrim, you are a nobody. You have no friends, no family, no rivals, and you're definitely no hero. Just someone who was unlucky enough to get captured at some point and thrown on a cart with Ulfric. And of course Ralof. And that is one of Skyrim's unique traits as an RPG. All the impact in the world that you will have is decided by your actions now, with no past that haunts you or reputation to let people judge you. And due to you being this nobody, the people of Skyrim do not need you, and freely exist without you. The game makes it perfectly clear that everything happening right now would happen anyways, even if you weren't here to play. As I stated in the beginning, you can literally choose to ignore the main quest for as long as you like and just keep on playing. Nobody will call you or send you back to find that damn dragon tablet thingamajigs if you don't want to. Nobody comes begging for your attention if you don't choose to talk to them. And even if you choose to talk to them, you can still tell them, nah, I really don't feel like it right now, I'll come back later. When you walk through a city, a village, or a small settlement, you will see people exist. They chop wood, they talk to each other, they eat, drink, sleep, work the fields, hunt deer, get imprisoned, play music, and so on and so on. Skyrim feels alive, in its own weird way. Bethesda NPCs have a certain reputation, yeah, but isn't that what makes them a bit more lovable at the same time? Now, to bring it back to the main question, why does Skyrim always feel like home? I think there's no definitive answer to this time. Home is a feeling that's so very personal and so different for each other, yet I think I can summarize it maybe for a broader amount of people. To me personally, home is when I feel welcomed and familiar in a place. It doesn't really need to be a special event or a certain time to make me feel home, but more the emotion feeling home sparking through subtle yet so important little triggers. It can be as small as the sound of the wind going through the trees. For Skyrim, it's the familiar sceneries and set sound that tie me so strong home to it. I probably know all of it better than my own country, Germany, at this point. From the dark marches of Falkreath to the vast halls of Solitude, all across to the bitter cold of Windhelm. Home is somewhere your mind knows how to exist. Something so familiar that it feels known and trusted, but still offers you that excitement of something possibly happening that never happened before. And maybe that is why we so often come back to Skyrim, even after 15 years of its original release. It gives us the feeling of being something familiar, something we know how to exist in. It is quiet to take in, it doesn't permanently yell at you, and it doesn't ask anything from you. It simply opens our eyes and welcomes in the most simple yet welcoming way. Hey you, you're finally awake. And that is all I got for today. Thank you very, very much for watching, as always. If you liked what you see, please leave a like and subscribe. If not, that's also fine, I guess. Also, please let me know your own Skyrim adventures, because, my god, there are so many adventures that I cannot count them. Please share them in the comments down below, or maybe, hey, from another game that is your home game, because it doesn't have to be that Skyrim it is, right? So yeah, let me know about it. Anyhow, take care. See you next time. And as always, enjoy the journey.